What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Geek. Long time no see. Missed you guys, man. Crazy stuff going on in the Yankee universe. Not here for trades, but I did promise you guys a trade deadline show a while back, so I'm doing it today. Why not? Trade deadline is Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot of flurry of moves going on. A lot of rumors, a lot of gossip, things like that. But I don't know. Just wanted to kind of figure out, if I was in Brian Cashman's shoes, what would I do, right? So the way I see it is, where do the Yankees sit right now, right? Currently, let me see, the Yankees are 62-48, 564 winning percentage, 2.5 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays, right? The Red Sox are actually 58-51, 6 games back. So right now, I'm not going to really count on Baltimore. Toronto looks like they're out of it. As for their wild card hopes, the Yankees are first in the wild card, right? Boston is, I believe, 3 games behind them for that. So not too far behind. Now, remember, folks, I did say a long time ago that when the Yankees had the opportunity to put their feet on Boston's necks, they should have done that. And I said, these teams are not going to play horrible forever. And Boston's proving that right now. They're playing pretty good baseball. Their July was amazing. Amazing. Best in the franchise history, according to some news articles I read yesterday. So that's where the Yankees stand right now. So I guess, to really kind of comprehend what's going on with them, I would say, are they good enough to make the playoffs? But are they good enough to win the championship? That's the question to ask, right? I think they're good enough to make the playoffs. Whether they can win a championship, that's a whole other discussion, right? So I'm going to kind of run down this show today very quickly in just 5 simple segments. I'm going to kind of talk about, what are their biggest needs, right? From start to finish, from soup to nuts. And we'll go from there and play along, right? So, to me, their biggest needs right now, starting number 5, starting pitching. Okay? Why starting pitching? We don't know what we're going to get from Cole Rodon when he comes back. Cole looked pretty sharp in his last outing. He's been a little bit bewildered. I'm not saying it's easy to come back from Tommy John surgery. I'm not picking on Garrett Cole. None of that stuff. Garrett Cole looked like the Garrett Cole of old the last game he just pitched. Dominant. But like I said, he is coming off a surgery. That takes sometimes a year or two for any starting pitcher to get their wherewithal back and get back into the swing of things. It just takes time. It's just how it is. That's why I said in earlier shows that it depends on what Garrett Cole is going to be when he comes back. So far, the first couple of starts were great, but then you saw the regression, right? You saw that he's tinkering with things because, he doesn't want to have another surgery again, right? He wants to kind of, I wouldn't say nurture that arm, but he just wants to make sure he's doing the right thing when it comes to his arm and his mechanics. So last game looked great. We do have Clark Schmidt coming back, but I don't expect much from Clark Schmidt either. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery as well. We'll be lucky if we even see him, to be honest with you. And he's not going to be a starter. The Yankees would be crazy to throw him in a starter role. I think they're going to kind of ramp him up in the bullpen, if anything. So I picture him going to the bullpen to start out. Don't know what he's going to be like. Usually, like I said, after Tommy John, the velocity's not there. Sometimes control isn't there. A lot of things going on. So maybe starting pitching as my number 5 overall, kind of need for the team. Number 4, third base. Listen, Ryan McMahon is a defensive wizard. Nobody's saying that away from Ryan McMahon. As a matter of fact, the best at-bat I saw from Ryan McMahon all year was when he played against, I believe it was the Rays. Was it the Rays? I think it was the Rays. And he put up like a 10 or 14 pitch at bat, fouling things off until he got a base hit. If Ryan McMahon could mimic that Ryan McMahon from the very last Rays game that they played against the Rays, that's what I want to see. I think the Yankee hitters, and I'm not sure if the coaching is telling them to do this or not do this. I don't have any proof of any of this. I don't know if they're telling them to change their approach or change who they are. Ryan McMahon should not have any problems hitting a ball, really. especially when he barrels the ball up. He just swings and misses a lot for some strange reason. Like I'm not sure. It seems like a lot of Yankee hitters swing and miss a lot. I'm not sure if that's the analytic approach that they're telling them that, swing for the fences, hit the ball hard. It's proven you get more bases when they hit the ball hard. Okay, maybe that's true. Okay. But sometimes with situational hitting, you got to have some bat control. You can't swing for the fences. You got to put the ball in play. So I think that there's a need for third base or another infielder. Just my opinion. Defensively, he's great, but there's not much production coming from that position right now at $16 million a year, and they're on the hook for his pay again next year, another $16 million, right? So with Ryan McMahon, talking about him, let's go towards the bat, right? They need another bat. What can we get for bats? What's out there? What's available, right? We know we can live with Ryan McMahon's defense, but what else can we do with the infield? Can they trade Volpe? Could they package Volpe to the Minnesota Twins for Ryan Jeffers? We need a bat. We're not getting any production out of a shortstop. We're not getting any production out of third base. Not getting any production out of catching. We're not even getting that much production out of second base. It's bad. It's bad. The infield is shot. So I'm thinking they don't need another power hitter. They need people that can get on base, right? I'm thinking maybe Taylor Ward, maybe Luis Ariz, right? One of those guys, table setters, impact bats, can get on base. Maybe they can make a trade to make that happen. Not quite sure. It'd be nice to have somebody who just get on base in front of some people so they can score some runs, because right now their run deficit is ridiculous when it comes to in games lately. You see the scores, 2-0, losing 2-1, losing 1. It's crazy. It's just not there. I get it. Judge and Stanton are out, but Jesus, even if Judge and Stanton were here, how much are they going to do? Really? Because I know Judge was injured, but was he having that much of a great year even before he got injured? I mean, I didn't see it. Or maybe he's been injured for a lot longer than we thought. Nobody knows, right? But now he's out. Now Cody Bellinger's also out. So right now the outfield is what? Spencer Jones, Trent Grisham, Dominguez. I mean, can you live with that? Right? So that's a big issue. We need another bat. The bullpen. There's been rumors that the Yankees want to get Mason Miller. I don't see how this is possible. I would love to get Mason Miller. I think it would be a great pickup. Would the Padres trade Mason Miller after they just spent a whole bunch of prospect capital on that they sent to the Oakland A's? Sorry, they're not Oakland anymore. To the A's last year. I don't see it. I don't see it. There's probably other available relievers out there. I have to check the reliever market. I didn't do that for the show. I was just trying to put something together as quick as possible. And I don't see them getting Mason Miller. I just don't. Catcher. This is the number one need, in my opinion, that the Yankees need. It's become their biggest weakness. It's become their biggest debt when it comes to offense. I really had high hopes for Austin Wells. I saw some glimpse of talent there. There is talent there, not just defensively, but something's going on with this guy. Maybe whatever issues he's having with his vision or the headaches. You saw how it affected Clint Frazier. Having some really serious issues with some headaches out there. But I think that the dream target for them, in my opinion, would be Ivan Herrera, right? I think that's the dream discussion right there. There's been gossip that they're looking at him. St. Louis might make him available. I just don't see why they'd make him available. Like, I know there's rumors out there, but I don't understand why. He's under control. And if anything, but then again, St. Louis is weird because they said a couple years ago that they wanted to keep Brendan Donovan. And that was their future. They were going to keep him. That was a part of their future build of their youth. But he's not there anymore. He's in Seattle. So this can be smoke and mirrors again. Maybe they sell high right now and get something in return. The thing is, what are you giving up to get Ivan Herrera? I believe he's got 3 years of control left, so they're going to want a pretty heavy package, right? For one, I'd probably offer them like Will Warren, right? And do a 1-for-1, but they probably might not accept that, right? Will Warren has 4 years of control. Ivan Herrera has 3. I'm not sure that would be enough. Maybe him and a prospect. Maybe him and Ben Hess, right? Maybe you put J.C. Escara in a package with Will Warren, but is that an overpay, right? I think that's the dream target. The pros, he's young. He hits. Years of control. Cons, Cardinals probably won't move him. Cardinals probably will not move him. If St. Louis said yes, would you include Spencer Jones in the trade? Spencer Jones and Will Warren. Is that an overpay? But remember, you get 3 years of control of a guy that can hit. Right? My realistic target, Ryan Jeffers. That's more realistic to me. Why? Because he fits. Guy hits, gets on base. The problem is he's a free agent at the end of the year, so you get him for 2 months. So what would Minnesota want for Ryan Jeffers? I'm thinking maybe infield prospects, right? Maybe Anthony Volpe. They do need a shortstop. Maybe we package Anthony Volpe and something else to the Minnesota Twins. But the issue is there's other teams that need catching as well. There's other teams that need catching. So that becomes a crapshoot if they'll trim to the Yankees, right? Hunter Goodman, ain't going to happen. Colorado's not trading that guy. It's not. Young, under control. He's got, 30 home runs? Ain't trading him. Dark horse for me, Tyler Stevenson. Right? It might be quietly a very smart move on the Yankees' part to pick up Tyler Stevenson. Defensively, he's all right, but he can hit. He's an upgrade from Austin Wells by at least squared. Okay? Right? He's doble better. He's double, right? I'm thinking, let me see here. So we talked about the dream trades versus reality. Yeah. Tyler Stevenson would be a smart pickup, but once again, who knows if they're going to move him, right? When it comes to my opinion, right? I'm thinking they get Ryan Jeffers, right? I don't think they're going to get Mason Miller. I think they're going to make 3 trades by the end of the deadline on Monday. That's my hot take. That's it. I don't think they should overpay. I don't think they should pay or trade top prospects for a rental. But I think if Minnesota is living on our earth in reality, a shortstop and a prospect for Jeffers, it's decent on a 2-month rental. Unless somebody comes along and offers some crazy package on a 2-month rental. And we've seen teams do some batshit crazy moves at the final minute, right? I'm trying to think. Man, that Ivan Herrera would be nice. But as for our prospects, let me think about this. What would you guys want to see the Yankees trade? Would you actually give up George Lombard Jr. for Ivan Herrera? Or Mason Miller? Who plays shortstop then? What about Spencer Jones? Right? It's a polarizing prospect with elite tools. Frequently mentioned in trade rumors. What about Ben Hess? High upside starter. Front of the line rotation potential. Carlos Agrange. He's in AAA right now. Electric arm with triple-digit velocity. Major League ready soon. Elmer Rodriguez-Cruz. Right? Already reached the majors this season. Had some hiccups here and there, but there's potential. Dax Kilby, I'm not trading Dax. Unless I'm getting a Mason Miller or Ivan Herrera, I'm not trading Dax Kilby. Dax Kilby, to me, honestly, in my opinion, is going to be a better shortstop than George Lombard Jr. And at that point, you can move George Lombard Jr. to third base. There's your third base and your shortstop. Dax Kilby is fire, right? He's at A level right now. He's years away, but that dude is fire. That was a great pickup by the Yankees, right? So I don't know. People want George Lombard Jr. Why? Why do they want him? Simple. He's got elite baseball IQ. He's a plus defender. Excellent patience at the plate. Potential 25 home run to 25 stolen base player. Premium defensive shortstop. Right? His biggest offensive strength is getting on base. He draws a tremendous number of walks and projects as an impact two-way infielder. That's why teams want him. So I don't think the Yankees would move a player like that, although it's a prospect, and a prospect's a prospect. I get it. There's some people out there that prospects are prospects until they prove themselves. I get it. But that guy's got some skills, right? So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to kind of sink in and kind of say where they're going to go, what they're going to do. Brian Cashman has got his workload cut out for him. And this happened because why? They didn't fix the team in the offseason the correct way. And now they got to spend prospect capital to fix it at the trade deadline. It's some crazy shit what they do. There's one thing I have to say about the Dodgers before I continue. Sorry for digressing. The Dodgers built their team to full capacity, full potential, every offseason. And they'll make minor tweaks during the trade deadline because they've done their due diligence and done the best they can do in the offseason. Talking about winter. The Yankees for the past several years, and I'm a Yankee fan, so I could talk shit about them, they never do that. We saw it with DJ LeMahieu, Oswald Peraza, beating dead horses till they're past glue. No disrespect to horses. None whatsoever. I should have played a laugh track for that. No disrespect to horses. I like horses. Mr. Ed was one of my favorites as a child. But anyway, I just don't see why they wait till the trade deadline when they know every other team has said need that they need to fill. And then teams that aren't even sure if they're in it, not even sure if they want to sell, but they might if you overpay, will just fleece you. It's tough being a GM. I love it. I wish I was a GM. I honestly, I would thrive. I would thrive in that field. So, just the chess, the mind games you have to play, the looking at all the pieces on the field and figuring out what you're going to do. That's exciting. That's fun. But for now, they got their work cut out for them. And once again, they have so many needs. It's not just saying I need one or two things to fix this. No, they've got some problems. Even with acquiring potentially Ryan Jeffers, and you still need another bat, whatever that's going to be, because Cody Bellinger's out for 6 weeks. 6 weeks, guys. That puts you at middle September. That's crazy. You're missing a big bat in your lineup. Judge, we don't know if he's coming back, man. I'm telling you right now, we don't know. We don't know. He says he is. When? They're paying that dude $40 million a year. The last thing they want him to do is to injure that rib. Now he's out for the rest of the season and possibly, potentially, some of next year as well. If something really breaks or tears, right? So there's a lot going on here, folks. Sorry I've been away, but it's just been very busy. Tough trying to get everything done. It is rough. It's rough out there. But that's my predictions. So hopefully they trade for Jeffers and get him, lock that up. The Yankees have the prospects to get that done. They'd even trade Will Warren for a potential bat if they need one, right? Because they have pitching. They can actually call up Rodriguez Cruz, make him the fifth starter if need be. So it'll be Schlittler, Cole, Fried, Rodon, Weathers. And then Rodriguez, if he's still here, as the sixth starter. So they have starting depth, right? And you can move off of Will Warren if need be. Or there might be a team that wants young prospects like Elmer Rodriguez, and they keep Will Warren. Well, whatever it is, they have some prospect capitals to make a move. As for the catching, man, that's why I hate the fact that baseball extended these extra wild card rounds, because these teams just don't know. They either need to move the trade deadline back to like mid-August or a little bit towards the end of August, and then see what teams kind of fall out. You'll have a better idea, and then we wouldn't have this madness or the fleecing, because some teams that think that they want to stay in it, then you got to go twice as hard to convince them to sell, if they even want to sell. So that's it. Like I said, hot takes. I predict a trade for Ryan Jeffers. I don't think they get Mason Miller. Just don't see it. And I think they'll make 3 trades by the end of the deadline, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Guys, I'm Errol from Sports Geek. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. Share. Whatever. Do your thing. But I appreciate you guys listening to me rant and rave about the New York Yankees. Have a great weekend. Go see Spider-Man. And stay safe out there. All right? Peace out, guys. Later.